The Golden State Warriors have already lost one of their standout players in the recent NBA Summer League, with their Pacific rival Los Angeles Lakers pouncing to steal an impressive young guard. Chris Minon averaged over 18 minutes per game with the Warriors in Las Vegas, but now finds himself at the Lakers, who are planning to sign the 6 feet 5 inches guard to a two-way contract, according to ESPN's Shams Charania on Monday. The Lakers have stolen Chris Minon from the Warriors. Minon joined the Warriors in Summer League after 4 years of college at Cornell and Vanderbilt, having gone undrafted following averages of 6.6 points, 3.7 rebounds, and 1.3 assists in his senior year. The 23-year-old impressed for the Warriors across the Summer League campaign and evidently drew the focus of the Lakers, who are now adding him, while also bringing 7-foot center Christian Koloko back on a two-way contract. The Los Angeles Lakers plan to sign 7-footer Christian Koloko and forward Chris Minon on two-way NBA contracts, sources tell ESPN. Minon, undrafted out of Vanderbilt, played for the Warriors in California and Las Vegas Summer Leagues. Koloko played 37 games for LA last season. Minon easily had the most points of any Golden State player in Vegas, while ranking third at points per game, 11.0, on an impressive 50% shooting from the floor and 50% from beyond the arc. He also had the most rebounds of any Warrior player, 26, the most blocks, 8, most free throw attempts, 32, tied second behind Taron Armstrong for most assists, 10, and ranked second behind Will Richard for steals, 7. Minon saved his best performance till last, going for 17 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 4 steals, and 2 blocks against the Cleveland Cavaliers on Saturday. He was also a game-high plus 21 in his 23 minutes as Golden State finished in positive fashion with an 82-71 victory. The addition of Minon comes 24 hours after the Lakers notably added another shooting guard, having signed Marcus Smart to a 2-year contract after the veteran finalized a buyout with the Washington Wizards. The Warriors could come to regret not holding on to Minon, but they also didn't particularly have the resources to do so. Golden State already tendered a two-way qualifying offer to Armstrong prior to free agency, with the 23-year-old leading the team in assists in Vegas despite only appearing in 3 games. Fellow Australian Alex Tui is also expected to be on a two-way contract, even if the 52nd overall pick didn't quite have the summer league he would have wanted. The Warriors could also have Richard on a two-way contract as well, but there's a chance the 56th overall pick earns a main roster spot depending on how the remainder of free agency plays out. The Golden State Warriors were supposed to make a lot of noise in the offseason, and so far, they have not. But the summer isn't done yet, and the Warriors could still do something special. According to Brett Siegel, Al Horford and Anthony Melton are widely expected to sign with the Warriors soon. A handful of teams at NBA Summer League stated Horford and Melton already have verbal agreements in place with Golden State, Siegel wrote. However, he added that the situation with Jonathan Kuminga is holding up deals with these two players. Horford and Melton would be quite a haul for the Warriors, giving them 2 vets with a lot of skill and experience. Horford has been on the team's radar for some time, and numerous rumors have said that he would likely go to Golden State. Several teams have looked at both of these players, but it seems that the Warriors will be the ones to actually acquire them. But it's important to note that Kuminga is getting in the way of things. His future with the Warriors has been a huge question mark lately, with a lot of people thinking he will leave for another team. However, the Warriors have been dragging their feet with him, and it became more and more apparent that he'd be with Golden State when the new season kicks off. Kuminga's relationship with the team has been complicated, to put it gently, and it's not obvious what comes next for him. But the sooner that is all sorted out, the sooner the Warriors can make an offer for Horford and Melton. So far during the NBA offseason, the Golden State Warriors have been very quiet. For a team that clearly needed more help following their playoff series loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves after Stephen Curry's injury, the silence has grown deafening. Fans want to see the Warriors make some moves. Before a lot of the outside movement can be made, the team will need to figure out Jonathan Kuminga's future. 2 names Golden State has been heavily connected to are Al Horford and DeAnthony Melton. Both players are viewed as likely to sign with the Warriors, but that isn't a done deal at this point in time. Another name has come up as a potential target for Golden State. According to Brett Siegel of Clutch Points, the Warriors could be a potential suitor for veteran free agent guard Malcolm Brogdon. He hasn't been talked about a lot in free agency, but he's a quality player who would help Golden State's bench. Another name worth mentioning that was connected to the Warriors in Las Vegas is Malcolm Brogdon, Siegel wrote on X. The former sixth man of the year has held out in free agency to this point despite multiple suitors contacting him in recent weeks. Brogdon played the 2024-25 season with the Washington Wizards. He missed most of the year and dealt with some injuries, but he would be well worth taking a flyer on for a team like the Warriors to bring in depth behind Curry. During the 24 games and 13 starts Brogdon played in last year, he averaged 12.7 points, 4.1 assists, and 3.8 rebounds per game. Back in the 2023-24 campaign with the Portland Trail Blazers, Brogdon played in 39 games and made 25 starts. He averaged 15.7 points per game to go along with 5.5 assists and 3.8 rebounds, while shooting 44% from the floor and 41.2% from three-point range. Heading into the 2025-26 NBA season, Brogdon will be 32 years old. He will turn 33 years on December 11th. On a one-year contract, Brogdon would be a valuable pickup for Golden State. He could be a scoring presence off of the bench and is a stable point guard for running an offense as well. Depending on the price he's looking to get, the Warriors should strongly consider signing him. If you look at many projected 10-man rotations that fans and analysts propose for the Golden State Warriors on social media, few will include young forward Gueye Santos as part of the mix. That's somewhat surprising given the trust that Santos earned from Steve Kerr at times last season, but is also the reality of a veteran team looking to push toward another deep playoff run. That's not to say that Santos couldn't push himself into different lineups, particularly depending on what happens in the ongoing saga of Jonathan Kuminga's restricted free agency. Gueye Santos could be heavily impacted by Jonathan Kuminga's outcome. If there's one player who should be interested in the outcome of this Kuminga situation, it's Santos as a fellow young forward whose role and minutes could be affected heading into next season. While many may have Santos out of the projected rotation, he's also one of only two players on the current roster that stands 6 feet 7 inches or 6 feet 8 inches that can provide legitimate size at either forward positions. Jimmy Butler is the other, while Moses Moody and Draymond Green are slightly smaller at 6 feet 5 inches and 6 feet 6 inches respectively. Kuminga, of course, has unique athleticism and is also 6 feet 7 inches. It's one of the arguments as to why Golden State should re-sign him, particularly given Butler and Green are both 35 and could deal with injuries, or at the very least periods of rest, next season. If Kuminga does depart in a sign-and-trade, and the Warriors don't get back another capable 6'6" forward, then that could really open up a rotation hole that Santos could easily jump into with an impressive training camp and preseason. On the other hand, though, Kuminga coming back could deal a disastrous blow to the Brazilians' hopes of an early rotation role. It's hard to see how he'd push past Butler, Green, Moody, and Kuminga for minutes, especially when Golden State will be motivated to showcase the latter for a potential trade once eligible. It does appear like the Warriors are still more likely to re-sign Kuminga than not, simply because they've set an asking price that opposing teams aren't willing to match. Buzz around a potential move to the Sacramento Kings has died down, while Dwayne Rankin of the Arizona Republic reported on Monday that the Phoenix Suns have interest in Kuminga, but are unlikely to land him because they lack the draft capital and assets. The Chicago Bulls have re-emerged as a potential suitor after reports that Kuminga's camp had angled towards getting him to the Windy City, but that situation is complicated by the fact they're dealing with their own restricted free agent in Josh Giddey. If Kuminga does ultimately re-sign with the Warriors, it could place Santos in a precarious position as he enters an expiring contract that doesn't become fully guaranteed until January 10th.